Hey, Kim here. It is so hard to sell my things these days. Is it really worth my time and energy and effort? Have you been wondering about this too? It has become so hard to sell our things, and sometimes you can't even give away stuff for free, I find. It just feels so frustrating and it can be kind of discouraging because we know how much our things are worth and we do believe that we should be able to get some money for them, right? So I have been checking the buy and sell groups in my area, and there are so many items that are for sale and they have no reactions, no comments on them. The same ads seem to be there forever. So I think it's a real trend that is happening right now. And I have attempted to sell a few things myself, and it can really be a lot of back and forth messages, and you might get no shows or people don't comment back, and it just gets to the point where you just feel like you just want to give it away to someone who will appreciate it, right? So I did recently donate my china cabinet. It was my grandmother's, and I didn't come to this decision easily. I did feel a sentimental attachment towards it, of course, and but it was just time for it to go, and it didn't really fit in my with my stuff, and I needed the space, and it was just time. I thought about it for a long time. So anyway, I did try to sell it and I had no takers. So I did end up donating it. And I was, it did take a while, all that back and forth. And then eventually I did find someone who did seem to be very pleased with getting it. So that made me happy. So this really seems to be a trend, though, that has happened over the last few years, and probably in particular after or during the pandemic, I think. I have a friend who owns a secondhand shop, and he said that he has really seen this trend happen over the 30 years that he has been in this business, and that there has been a decline, with people buying things, and a real shift in business. And he said at this point, he's just giving stuff away. And often it's valuable stuff that he's giving to people in need. He works in the in downtown London, and it's the area of town where there are a lot of vulnerable people. So he's always been someone who's been in the community helping people, which is really nice. Anyway, so antique shops and other small businesses are really struggling too. Many have closed down, and garage sales, that's a thought. You could have a garage sale. A lot of people will say that, oh, I'm saving all this stuff because I want to have a garage sale. And you have to make sure you're going to make the time to actually do it. But I do believe that garage sales can be a lot of work. They take a lot of time to organize, and I believe that they can bring in little money. I suppose if you have bigger items, then maybe you could make some good money on some of the things. But if there's a lot of little things, people are looking for a bargain and they don't want to spend the money. So, but if it's a fun pastime for you and it's a hobby, hey, go for it. So I do think we tend to think our stuff is actually more valuable than it is. Like, especially if we did pay a lot of money for it, or if we have that sentimental attachment to it. We think that we should be able to get some money for our things. And however, it is a sunk cost. You've already spent the money on the items, and if nobody's going to buy them, you're not going to make money by having the stuff shoved in your closet or in your basement. So, that can be, if you've tried to sell it and it hasn't sold, hey, maybe it's time to donate it, and it can make it maybe a little easier to let it go. I know it can be hard. So why has all this changed? Actually, I asked some of my peeps, and I'm going to share some of their thoughts with you about why this has changed. All right. So I could buy this item new for fairly close to that price from a discount store. That way I know it's new, and it might even come with a warranty. Make sense? The current economy has changed. Any money I have is going to rent and food and other basic needs items. I can get stuff I need or want from free cycle sites on Facebook or charity shops. Everyone is decluttering. The charity shops are full, and some even shut down their donations during busy times. It's an inconvenience to drive around the city when I can just get things online. Sometimes cheaper too. Amazon, anyone? Amazon is just too easy sometimes. I already have too much stuff, and I have been working on letting go and not acquiring. So yeah, that can be a good reason not to be purchasing more stuff. So the next question is, why have most people decided not to sell their stuff? The money I could make is not worth the hassle of bartering, no-shows, scammers, my time, my energy, etc. If I am working on downsizing, decluttering, and organizing, trying to sell some of my things just slows down the process and takes my attention away from my goals. Yeah, that's a really common one, and I hear that a lot from people where it's almost like they could be using it as an excuse in a way. I mean, they believe that they'll get money for their things, and they want to hang on to it and save it, and I have to save this, waiting for saving this for a garage sale. Maybe I said that already, I'm not sure. But yeah, that can be it can really slow you down. It can slow you down with the process. And I really do believe that the process needs to be slow, if possible, to go through your things slowly so that you're making intentional decisions about your stuff. But sometimes we do have to let go of things in a quicker fashion too. And there are ways that we sabotage ourselves when that happens. So I'll try to talk about that in another video. It's a good topic. I know I am not going to get the money back that I paid for the item. It's not worth my time to try and sell the item. I have already spent the money, maybe years ago, so I just want it gone. Okay. It is so much easier to give things away for free. It feels so good to give things away, knowing that they will go to someone who is in need. Most people are not interested in collectibles that I have inherited from my parents. It's just better to donate them. And most of us are wary of strangers coming into our homes. So I believe that more and more people are wanting a simpler life. And there is a trend for people to be more conscious about what they purchase and what they bring into their homes. There is the awareness that if you buy something and then you decide you don't want or need it, how do you dispose of it? So something to think about. Have you tried to sell your stuff without success? Or maybe the opposite has been true. You've had success. So what has been your experience? I would really love to hear from you. So please let me know in the comments below. That would be really great. I would love to hear your stories. All right. Happy decluttering, and bye for now.